you hear the blues. You see people that look like you. You see people that work mostly that are like you. You see people who are on the land that are mostly like you. And so that land has to be developed. Those folks have to be employed. And some of you need to come down there and live with it. That's right. Not, some of you need to come. You're not doing nothing up here anyway. You know, you know what you do. You know. So we need to flip the script. Because the script was flipped on us. Back in the 1800s, 80% of Mississippi was black. 80% of South Carolina was black. 80% of Louisiana and Virginia were black. And so they would not allow you to vote for much of that period of time, for over 100 years. And as soon as they had driven enough people out of the South where no longer did we have the numbers, then comes the Voter Right Act. That's right. Then comes the vote that allows you to vote as long as they can continue to minoritize you. Right. So what they have done is not only gerrymandered the districts, they've gerrymandered the people, right? They put us in positions where we don't have the same kind of power that we would have. That's right. And that's what they do in Detroit and other places when they get into this gentrification thing. They create a nomadic people moving and being moved from place to place in order to preserve white supremacy and white power. That's what it is. And it's not just white supremacy and white power, it's capitalism. It's greed. It's something that is meant to benefit a few at the expense of the many. The problem you have is that white people, in the most part in this country, are actually more ignorant than most black people in this country. This is the problem that you have. So they support programs which are actually to their own detriment. Think of all these idiots running around here in Tea Party talking about they're against health care. If you went and cut off their health care tomorrow, they'd have a hell of a fit, right? And they're getting health care the same way that the health care bill was originally supposed to give them health care this time, right? And so what's happening is that there is still a real element of white supremacy. In order to defend it, we have to unite as a people. We have to unite with other people who are fighting the same phenomenon. So we have to have a strategy, an anti-imperialist strategy. We still need to build strength in the black community. We need to keep some of these brilliant young minds that just came up here and spoke to you. We need to keep them at home, right? We need to make sure that they are living in the homes right next to us or somewhere around us. We need to make ways, instead of worried about building huge hotels downtown, you should be building some housing out in the community which will help these young folks have a place to live. Or even create, if you're going to build something like a condo, create condos for old folks like some of us can go live in, so the young people can take over the residential units, which are still in good shape. As I remember, Detroit has a lot of great structures, but they're being run down because of the recycling of poverty through the community. The education is bad, that makes the employment bad. And then somebody comes up, you know, it's interesting who we call our hero. We talked about Clinton being a hero because he helped create or increase employment or stabilize employment. All Clinton was doing was engineering the transformation between real jobs and working poor jobs. That's what he was doing. He was engineering the transformation to the prison industrial complex. He supported the death penalty. Under his term in office, the number of people incarcerated went up astronomically because jobs became connected with the prison industrial complex. Whereas people used to be able to go out to Chrysler and stand in line at 6 in the morning and get a job by 6:30, you go out there now, you'll be there 2 years from now waiting for a job. So some of those people, what he did, some of them are selling drugs. Some of those people are selling drugs that aren't being stopped. The other ones are the side of the police state, which is being justified because of the drugs which are coming into the community. And so now you've got to hire a police officer who probably, in many instances, don't make as much money as the factory officer factory guy used to make. At least comparatively speaking, if you look at wages and compare the same. And then you become renter cops, right? You become renter cops, or you become some other kind of prison industrial complex person, a prison guard, who makes almost nothing. And so what you have done is kept some people with some jobs in order to preserve the idea that you are creating some kind of prosperity. You know, and this is what we have to understand and fight against. So economically, and it's almost like we're repeating ourselves, not just from day to day or from speech to speech, but from decade to decade. Like Malcolm said, economically, we need nationalism. We need revolutionary nationalism, which understands the need to build businesses. There's nothing wrong with all these. I was coming into Detroit and I was seeing some different things. Brother Kari, who I want to thank for inviting me here, by the way. Give him a round of applause. I think his good folks, you know, helped set it up, and so I'm staying at the Detroit, what do you call that place? The Detroit Athletic Club. The only thing I had connected with the Detroit Athletic Club in the past, brother, was defending people who were arrested for taking something from the Detroit Athletic Club. That was my only relationship to it, but I'm glad that you did, because I didn't realize that places still exist like that in the city of Detroit. Brother. You know, they're getting big festivity down there, right? Old white folks and things of that nature, you know. I came in the door and the guy was looking for me to go catch a car, you know. But that's okay. I mean, that's okay. Because look, this is what I'm saying. They should be able to come down here as long as we own the businesses that they're buying from, all right? We need to own the businesses that they're buying from, all right? We need the resources. We're not trying to run them away, just like they ain't trying to run us away now. As long as we got a buck, they'll take our buck, right? And so we need to take their buck, right? But the reality is we got to get the ownership of these businesses. This is what we got to do. Politically, we have to be uncompromising. And what I was saying about regions, you need to invest something in Mississippi. I'm telling you, we got governments which are totally black. The county is black in terms of the county supervisors, the mayors and the city council people are black. The legislators, for the most part, that come from those counties are black. You know, our people aren't stupid. They know how to elect themselves, right? But the problem that they have is that we need the economic resources to support all that. So that the Negroes or the black folks to get elected don't drift away on this, right? Because they will drift if there's no economic base to what you're doing. So we got to create wealth. You need to build a business here and make sure that your business has some kind of bridge to Mississippi. And in Mississippi and here, we have to have bridges to the Caribbean and to Africa. We got to have bridges, economic bridges. That same idealism which struck us in the 60s and 70s has to be recreated. We got to give our kids a mission. We can't keep complaining about what the kids are doing and we're giving them no leadership. We don't give them any kind of mission. And so we need to have a mission that our kids understand and that they are about. These are brilliant young folks that I saw stand up before us there. Brilliant young folks. Brilliant young folks. And so that's my Juneteenth message, right? That's my Juneteenth message. Thank you very much.